Hi again. I just got done reacting to Sunday, Wambly Raccoon in Among Us. Wambly, Wambly is the raccoon from Indigo Park. Anyway, that video is uploading now, and also this is for the Christmas in July. So again, happy holidays in July, and Merry Christmas in July. 'Cause today is Christmas in July. Anyway, enough of that. That video is uploading now, and now I'm reacting to what if Anakin killed Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith from the Star Wars galaxy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to check out my reaction playlist too. To check out more of my reactions I've done in the past as well. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to check out my reaction playlist. And I'll have the Star Wars Galaxy's channel in the description, so you can check out their channel as well. And now let's see what happens if he kills Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. Technically kills the Chancellor too, so early Emperor Chancellor, what if he kills him? Even though it looked like they stabbed him like in the arm. But yeah, what if he killed him?
What if Anakin killed Palpatine right away when he revealed himself in Revenge of the Sith? That's our story for today, and let's get right into it. Our story.
Nice. Hey, Skywalker, I'm Darth Sidious. Dead.
Begins inside of Palpatine's office, as Palpatine has revealed himself to be Darth Sidious, the man behind everything. A blue bar of sizzling energy was now a centimeter from Palpatine's chin, its glow casting red-edged shadows up his face and across the ceiling. And only gradually did Anakin come to understand that this was his lightsaber, and that it was in his hand. "You," he said suddenly. And suddenly he was neither dizzy nor tired. Suddenly everything made sense. "It's you," Anakin said. "It's been you all along." In the clean blue light of his blade, he stared into the face of a man whose features were as familiar to him as his own. But now they seemed as alien as ever, because now he finally understood those familiar features were only a mask. He'd never seen this man's real face. "I should kill you," Anakin said. "I will kill you." Palpatine gave him that wise, kind smile Anakin had been seeing since the age of 9 as he said, "For what?" "You're a Sith Lord," Anakin said. "I am," Palpatine said simply, "but I am also your friend." The blue bar of energy wavered just a bit, and Palpatine said, "I am also the man who has always been here for you. I'm the man who's never needed to lie to you. I am the man who wants nothing from you, but that you follow your conscience. If your conscience requires you to commit murder simply over a philosophical difference, I will not resist." He said now, "But what will happen when you kill me, Anakin? What will happen to the Republic?" His tone was gently reasonable. "What will happen to Padme?" Padme, Anakin thought. Her name was a gasp of anguish. "When I die," Palpatine said with the air of a man reminding a child of something he ought to already know, "my knowledge dies with me. Unless, that is, I have the opportunity to teach it to my apprentice." Anakin's vision swam. Again, he was dizzy. He didn't know what to do. He felt like maybe the right path was with Palpatine. But he shook his head. What was he thinking? Palpatine is a Sith, and Anakin now forced himself to see the truth. This is the man who promises he can save Padme, yet he is responsible for the deaths of trillions of beings, including many of Anakin's friends. The war that saw Ahsoka expelled from the Order nearly had Padme dead many times. Anakin nearly lost Obi-Wan many times. He saw the Jedi Order crumbling every day the war went on, and Anakin saw now that he could put an end to this suffering. Palpatine said he could feel Anakin's anger. It gives him focus. He didn't expect Anakin to kill him. Palpatine thought Anakin would put Padme ahead of everything, and usually he would. But not in this moment. Anakin suddenly muttered that he will save her himself, and Palpatine turned around, only to have the blue blade plunged right into his chest. Palpatine stumbled backwards, crashing into the statues, firing lightning at Anakin, trying to use his anger to keep himself alive. It was working a bit. but Anakin was now deflecting the lightning back into him. The stab wound was draining his life. The lightning was burning through him. Finally, he stopped and he looked up at Anakin, telling him through heavy breaths that this is not going to go the way he thinks. And Palpatine took one final breath, dying here on the floor of his office. Anakin stood here completely in shock when the doors to the office swung open a moment later. Palpatine's 4 royal guards were still on duty for the evening, and they heard this lightning. All 4 of them activated their electrostaffs, and the leader told Anakin to stand down immediately. One of the guards spoke urgently into a comm channel, telling the Coruscant guard to lock down Coruscant. A Jedi has just murdered the Chancellor. Anakin put away his blade, and he began telling the guards he can explain everything. But they told Anakin this was treason of the highest level, and he is subject for immediate execution. The 4 guards moved in, and Anakin reignited his blade, telling them to stop, saying Palpatine is the traitor. The guards told Anakin he wouldn't get away with this, the Jedi Order won't get away with this, and they swung at Anakin as he blocked their strikes, being backed up through the office. Anakin yelled that he's a Sith Lord, but the guards were not listening. Their only duty was to protect Palpatine. They failed, and now they will make up for that failure. Anakin was refusing to kill them, but they were relentless. He blasted the huge window with a force push, then Anakin had no choice but to backflip out of the window. As the guards swung at him once more, he couldn't kill them. That would only make him look more guilty. And now Anakin flew far out of the building, landing on the rounded roof, sliding down dozens of stories every few seconds, until he was able to push off of the roof and land on the streets. He wished he brought his comlink with him, but Anakin knew one thing for certain. He had to get to the truth to the right people, or things would get ugly fast. And of course, just seconds later, all of the HoloNet screens around Anakin, thousands of them spread around Coruscant City for advertising, war propaganda, job opportunities, anything else, were all suddenly replaced with a picture of Anakin's face with a giant "Wanted, Dead or Alive" sign covering his face. Chills ran down Anakin's spine as he felt fear, anger, and anxiety for what was to come. He looked to the skies, and dozens of clone gunships were now flying through the air, shining their lights down to the streets. Everyone was looking for Anakin, and he just had to be found by the right people. Just outside of the Jedi Temple across Coruscant, Jedi Masters Mace Windu, Sazitin, Aegon Kolar, and Kit Fisto were flying to Palpatine's office to demand that Palpatine release his emergency powers when they saw the wanted screens for Anakin. The 4 Jedi looked to each other, and they knew there was only one thing that could cause a panic like this. Windu told the pilot to go as fast as he could to the office of the Chancellor, and so they flew quicker. The pilot flew the 4 Jedi to the broken window, and all 4 of them entered in through the window to find the 4 royal guards, along with at least 15 Coruscant Guard clones surrounding a body. And in the middle of the group, right next to the body, were Mas Amedda and General Tarkin. As the 4 Jedi entered, the clones turned, aiming their blasters, and Fox asked if they were here to clean up any loose ends. The Jedi were beyond confused, and Tarkin stepped forward to show the dead body of Palpatine, killed by a lightsaber. Windu immediately said that Anakin must have discovered something worthy of doing this. He and Palpatine were extremely close. There must be much more to the story, Windu argued. And now Kit Fisto put his hands up, moving to the security recordings from the office, and he checked the recordings, only to find they were just deleted. Mas Amedda spoke up, saying that Anakin must have deleted them after his murder. But Aegon Kolar spoke up, saying that makes no sense. A clearance code is needed to delete the recordings, which only Mas Amedda and Palpatine would have among the people in here. Tarkin said Anakin likely forced Palpatine to delete them before the murder. Windu asked calmly for permission to search the room for clues as to why Anakin would have done this. There had to be more reasoning. But again, Tarkin spoke. He said now that the reason is simple. The Jedi Order has been a massive system of unchecked power, posing as a religion, nothing more than a delusional cult claiming to control their uncontrollable emotions. And every day Palpatine was restricting their power, until finally, one of them snapped. And Tarkin ordered the Jedi to stand down from this search. The fate of the Order as a whole will be determined once Skywalker is caught. And so the Jedi had no choice. Now they could only hope Anakin knew what he was doing, as Mas Amedda sent a mass communication to every single battle across the galaxy, ordering the Jedi to return to Coruscant immediately, remove themselves from battle, as one of their own has committed treason. So in battles like Cato Nemoidia, Megiddo, Felucia, and so on, the clones would continue fighting, while the Jedi were forced to leave. And on Coruscant, Padme Amidala was crying on her balcony, looking around at the countless screens showing Anakin's face with the word "wanted" blasted over him. She didn't understand. What could Anakin have done? And from her bedroom, Padme heard someone calling for her. It was Anakin. He snuck up from the wall, and he looked nervous and disheveled. Anakin told Padme everything, and the two of them focused hard, thinking about who would know Palpatine's ultimate plans. Perhaps Masameda, Tarkin, but Padme heard they were heading up the investigation. But the more Padme thought, the more she remembered something. A man named Kinman Doriana was an aide of Palpatine from Naboo who always worked in the shadows. Padme never got along with him. She never trusted him.
No.
But she had an idea. Padme would dress herself in her darkest dress, making herself look as intimidating as she could. And she would then sneak Anakin down a few levels into the apartment where her handmaidens were staying. The handmaidens promise to hide and protect Anakin, while Padme goes on her mission to save Anakin and the Republic. She would fly her speeder through Coruscant as search parties were spread on every street, flying around every corner. Everyone here was searching for her innocent husband. Padme finally landed at 500 Republica, the apartment building of the most elite members of Coruscant, and she took the elevator to the 238th floor, the floor where Kinman Doriana, the aide from Naboo, resided. When Padme arrived, she knocked on the door, and Kinman opened it with surprise. The two Naboo politicians greeted each other as politicians do, and Kinman asked what was going on. Padme told him that Palpatine is dead, and now it is up to them to finish Palpatine's ultimate plans. Kinman tried to act surprised, and Padme secretly flipped on a recording device in her pocket, and she told Kinman that she has long been working in secret with Palpatine, helping draw this war longer and longer, helping Palpatine gain more power, and she can only assume Kinman has been working with him as well. Kinman was in shock over the death of Palpatine, but he saw an opportunity here. He did indeed know everything. He met Palpatine long ago, back when he was working with Hago Damask, aka Darth Plagueis. Padme said she was happy to hear this, and she needs to be very sure she can trust him, so she asked Kinman to tell her everything that he knows. And in his excitement for what was to come, Kinman told Padme exactly what he knew. Palpatine was Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord posing as a politician, to rise through the ranks and take power as the eventual Emperor, ridding the Republic of corruption, taking power for himself. Kinman went on and on, exposing who Palpatine truly is, and Padme would eventually thank him, telling him to wait here while she speaks to Masameda. With a chilling smile, she told Kinman everything will work out for them very soon. They will have all the wealth they've ever wanted. Padme left the apartment and took a deep breath. That was not easy, but she just got a confession from Palpatine's oldest aide about exactly who he secretly was. And from here she would go to the Senate building, where Masameda had gathered everyone. Mas was in the process of turning the Republic into an empire that would expel the Jedi for their treason. He was happy to take this power for himself, and the Jedi Council members on Coruscant were allowed to attend this meeting. And as Mas was going over everything, a new pod floated to the center. It was Padme Amidala, and she demanded to speak, saying she has evidence of corruption that will prove the innocence of the Jedi. Mas tried to deny her, but an uproar from confused senators demanded to see this evidence, and so Padme plugged in the recording she just secretly got. In the recording, she made it clear who she was, and she got Kinman to say his name. He was a known advisor, and Kinman went on to describe exactly who Palpatine was. Darth Sidious, working to bring down the Republic, master of Dooku, leader of the Separatists. The recording also had him say the names of Masameda, Sly Moore, and the name Hago Damask, as others who once knew of this. There was an uproar in the Senate, and as Masameda tried calling for order, the clone troopers arrested him. They were loyal to the Republic, and this corruption was exposed. In his apartment, Kinman was celebrating his upcoming rise to power and wealth with a bottle of wine, when clone troopers broke into his apartment, arresting him for treason. In the Senate, Padme and those close to her like Bail and Mon declared that Anakin may have acted irrationally, but he saw Palpatine for who he really was, and he executed him for treason before he could cause any more damage. The Jedi were deemed as innocent, and Padme stepped in as the Senate leader, while everyone was looking to her. Anakin would thank Padme's handmaidens, and he would head back to the temple, where the entire council was waiting, thanking him for choosing the Jedi Order. The Republic was reforming under Padme, and with the war ending, Anakin would tell both Obi-Wan and Ahsoka about his nightmares. They would promise to be there when Padme gave birth to help give her peace through the Force, but without the dark presence of Sidious around, the nightmares came to a sudden stop. Padme would give birth to Luke and Leia, and they would be trained as Jedi, while she continued her role as Chancellor. The twins would become the pride of the Jedi Order, with power that matched Anakin's, but personalities that were closer to Padme. Yoda would step down from his role as Grand Master, and Windu would stay in his role, and Plo Koon would be elected in an election around the Jedi Temple to become the new Grand Master. Anakin would be on the council, and the twins would make elite Jedi, and every day that went by, Anakin Skywalker would be so happy that he made the right choice in Palpatine's office that fateful day. And folks, that is our story for today. I wanted to do, I enjoyed this one, just kind of mirroring a bit of the arc where Ahsoka ultimately is expelled from the Order for being framed for, the murder in the last sixth season. Either way, I wanted to mirror that with Anakin a bit, with him actually, of course, killing the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. But I wanted to do that with Mas Amedda, of course, deleting the recordings secretly. He's like, I didn't do that. So that was fun. And just pulling a Legends character, Kinman, to be the fall guy, kind of, with Padme kind of going undercover as a Naboo politician and going to this other Naboo politician and being like, hey man, we're both going to rise to power here, and him just basically admitting everything. I thought that was a fun arc to go down. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Quicker story today, but one that I thought was fun and effective, so appreciate you guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.
Back to that one later. Back to that one, and then back to this one later. After I upload this video, go back. After I upload this video reaction I doing, or did, I'm going to react to the one underneath me down here. I'm gonna react to this one next, and then what if Anakin saved the Night Sisters from General Grievous? Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Again, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in July. Christmas in July, so Merry early Christmas in July. Well, you get the idea. And don't forget to check out my reaction playlist to see more of my reactions I've did over the year too. Over the years, well, at the end of this year it will be years, but don't forget to check out my old reactions I've did over the year. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And bye for now. And I'll be back again soon. See ya.